check out this mic protecting beam. This shirt fits me good, man. This is my little Croatian flag shirt. Borg hooked me up with this, so got my little Croatian shirt on. But anyway, we're going to talk today about the Azodin Blitz. I told you guys we're going to focus a lot on the more inexpensive guns. I've been a big fan of Azodin since they've come out. I really like the direction that they're going. But let's talk about the Blitz. First thing we're going to talk about, obviously inside the box comes with a nice little barrel sock. It comes with some tools, rebuild kit, nice little manual. Sometimes you'll get some stickers, and that's about it. I did the review on the Kaos, which was, I believe those retail for like $80 or $90. This gun retails right around for about $150. A lot of people, when they first see this gun, they're going to disregard it as, oh, it's just another spider clone. Oh, it's just another spider clone. Well, not so fast, okay? Yes, it is, a blowback gun, but, obviously Kingman, with some of the stuff they've done throughout the years with all the proprietary parts, the metric fittings and standard holes and their male to female regulator craziness and all the stuff they've done and their stovepipes and stuff like that. A lot of these guns have gotten a really bad rap, okay? You got to kind of overcome that and come into the Azodin guns with an open mind, okay? Eric, one of the owners of Azodin, used to work at Kingman, and basically the approach he's taking with these guns is taking the blowback guns but putting quality parts on there and building them like they should be built, not putting proprietary nonsense in there that when you get home you realize that you've got metric fittings on there and your macro lines don't fit and all this other nonsense, okay? This gun is a completely industry standard paintball gun. Inside and out, barrel, everything on this gun is all standard. This is all the same stuff you'd find on any other gun that's on the market. So you got to take that kind of that stigma of all the crazy shit that Kingman's done throughout the years with their spiders and throw that out the window and really go into the Azodin Blitz with an open mind. Because when I first looked at this, I'm like, oh great. Am I going to have this crazy stuff, this regular macro line fittings in here? Am I going to have to deal with staggered holes? Am I going to have to deal with a female to male, regulator adapter like on the Spider VS series and all this other crazy stuff? So, with that said, let's talk about the Blitz and let's talk about what is the difference between the Kaos and the Blitz. Okay, so obviously you got the Kaos at $90, Blitz at $150. The two biggest things that you're going to see is one, comes with a regulator. Okay, it's actually a pretty good regulator. Even Sanchez machine is putting these on their pump guns. Pretty good regulator. It's got a lot of adjustable. You can go from 0 to about 500 psi on the output on this regulator. The next thing you're going to see is it's got an electronic grip frame, fully adjustable trigger with the eyes. And the eyes work great. Not necessarily the same exact eyes that Planet Eclipse uses, but they're similar in style to that where they have that flat blade shape. That's the same eyes that are in here. It uses Intimidator detents, so the same detents that the Aliases use, that the Intimidators, those type of guns use, and the Egos use. That's the same kind of detents that are in this gun. So it's dual detented, just like the Alias, just like the Ego. The detents work great. You can take the same detents out of an Ego or an Alias and stick them in here, and they'll work just fine. It's the same exact detents, and there's two of them, and one on each side, so you can put any loader on here. Feed neck. This is an Ion feed neck, okay? So anybody that, the classic Ion, not the Ion XE, classic Ion feed neck. There's a million people out there that make feed necks for the Ion. Go take your pick, Trinity Paintball, custom products. The list goes on and on and on. Auto cocker barrel threads, okay? So you don't have to worry about using the spider barrel threads. These are auto cocker barrel threads on the front of this gun. Also at the bottom, standard ASA holes, and it also has a dovetail rail mounted on there. So if you've got a rail mounted ASA, you can get the set screw that goes down. I don't remember what the exact thread is. I think it's like 8x24 or 8x32. I'm not sure, but you can get that little set screw that goes down to the bottom. You can slide your ASA down here on the bottom. The trigger, it's got pre-travel, post-travel. Activation point is fixed. You can't adjust the activation point, but you've got pre-travel, post-travel, and you also have the magnet adjustment. These are good shooting little guns. Probably my only criticism about the guns, which actually Eric at Azodin says they're working on right now, is because these guns are designed to use off both CO2 and HVA, you may have a hard time getting the gun above 300 feet per second with the standard configuration. These guns seem to top out about 290 feet per second. The only way to get them over 300 feet per second is you're going to have to buy a Spider spring kit. Put the spring kit in there, play with the input pressure a little bit. You'll be able to get it over 300 feet per second. But the way these guns are designed with the lightweight strikers that are in here makes the guns shoot, they tend to peak out right at about 290 feet per second. If you crank this all the way in and put your HPR up about as high as it goes, about 400 PSI, you're going to be sitting right at about 290 feet per second. Now, in terms of the board modes, I believe it comes default with 13 VPS ramping, but they can put any mode into this gun that you want. If you want 10.5 balls per second PSP ramping, they'll put it in here. If you want NXL uncapped, they can put it in here. All you have to do is take your Azodin, put it in the box, ship it there with a note saying, I would like this mode put into it. They'll flash your board, send it back to you free of charge. I think you just have to pay for shipping. So, with that said, let's take it out there on the field. Let's shoot a couple pods of paint through it and show you how well these guys shoot. All right, so we're out here right now with the Azodin Blitz. And what we're just going to do is just shoot a couple pods through it, just to show you how well this gun shoots. Now, Eric at Azodin has told us that he can put any mode that you want to into this. So if you're playing in a PSP 10 ball per second, you can send your board in or send your gun in and they'll flash it to make it a PSP 10 ball per second legal, Millennium, whatever you want, you can put in here. For this video, we're just going to shoot it in semi-auto. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and turn the gun on. Now the gun boots up into safety mode, what you do is tap the bottom button and now it's out of the safety mode. So what we'll do is we'll just find a nice little target here and we'll shoot it. Here we'll just shoot that little piece of wood right there. So hopefully you can see. I mean, semi-auto, gun shoots great. You shoot that piece of conduit there. The other one. So, really quick little gun. Accuracy's good on it. Shoot that other piece over there. So, I mean, the gun definitely shoots some paint. Put another pod in. Now, one of the things I really like about the Blitz is you've got multi-trigger point adjustments here. You got post-travel, pre-travel, and you also have your magnet tension. So I've got this set up okay for semi-auto, but I mean this is a $150 gun. You know, very little recoil when you shoot it, especially for it being a you know, basically what they call it, like a spider clone. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's very little recoil when you shoot this gun. So I mean, the gun's just a very smooth shooting gun. It's got the full Delrin bolt. You know, it's even got the grooves cut into it for the detents. It uses Intimidator detents. So the gun definitely is a paint slinger. It's definitely a paint slinger. I don't know if you can see that piece of conduit over there on the other side of the field, the one that's laying over out of angle. So, very nice little shooting gun. So we'll come back in. The eyes work great. That's pretty much it for the Azodin Blitz. So we'll go back to the house and do the conclusion. Thank you. So we're back. I mean, as you saw, the Blitz shoots great, man. This gun will sling some paint in semi-auto. The trigger feels great. It's a very fast gun for $150. I really like this gun a lot for 150 bucks. The full Delrin bolt. You know, the full Delrin bolt works great. You know, the gun shoots really well. Never really had any sort of issues with it. No surprises with it, which is really important. The next thing we're going to talk about really quick while I put this bolt back into place is comparing this. You know, it's a $150 gun. That's a real sweet spot price point there, 150 bucks. Because a lot of people are going to want, well, which is going to be better? You know, the Blitz or the Bud? Now, I can probably save this for another show, and I apologize, it's like storming outside right now. I can probably save this for another show. We'll talk about it right now. What's going to be the biggest difference between the bone stock Vibe and the Blitz? The Blitz is going to shoot faster, okay? It's got the eyes, it's got the multi-point adjustment trigger. You're going to be able to shoot the Blitz a lot faster. The Vibe is a little bit more sophisticated in that it is a spool valve gun. It's got the lux regulator that's on there. But I'd probably say if you're looking for quiet, go with the Vibe. If you're looking for fast, go with the Blitz. It's probably the easiest way to describe it. So that's about it for the Azodin Blitz, man. These are great little shooting guns. 150 bucks, you really can't beat it. Check out Azodin.com if you have any other questions. We also have an Azodin forum in the Tech TV webpage. But that's about it. So let's talk real quick about a paintball gun that I'm really excited to finally do the review on. This is the Azodin Kaos pump. This gun for $150 is really just like thrown the paintball world into oblivion. You know, this came out, I believe, when was it? Was it, I think was it MPPL? No, it wasn't MPPL San Diego. I believe it was Phoenix. PSP Phoenix, I believe, is when this gun had come out. I'm not sure. It's been a crazy year. But anyway, this gun has come out, the Azodin Kaos pump, and people have just gone crazy over what is it, how does it work. And I want to start off by saying, before you discount this gun as being, oh, that's just another spider pump, oh, that's just another, that's just a knockoff crazy pump gun, I'm not going to shoot that, okay? The mechanism that's inside of the Kaos pump is basically the same thing that's inside of the turtle autocockers, or the half-block autocockers, or also the Black Magic autococker, okay? That slotted bolt design that a lot of those, you know, those turtle cockers and half-block cockers have, that's what's in the Kaos pump. It's the exact same thing, okay? The only difference is maybe the striker or the hammer doesn't have a lug through it that's adjustable, but for the most part, that's the exact same mechanism, okay? They both have a slotted striker that hits the valve. It's both closed bolt operation. Even though this is, you know, kind of based on a spider, this is basically more a turtle autococker or a half-block autococker than anything else. So, you know, before you go and discount this gun, keep that in mind, that basically what you're getting here is pretty much like a Black Magic autococker, a turtle, or a half block. It's pretty much the same exact concept inside here. You've got a slotted striker that hits the valve just like on a half block autococker. So, with that said, I've fallen in love with this little pump gun for a number of different reasons. Probably one of the first things that I really like about it is the price. $150 for this gun is amazing, okay? Absolutely amazing. Here's what you get. Gas through foregrip. Some people are going to have issues with the pump handle. The pump handle is actually aluminum, which is kind of cool if you laser it, like what I like to do. You can laser it, or you can just kind of leave it like it is. But the pump handle every so often will require a little bit of lubrication as you're pumping it back and forth over and over again. If you feel it start to bind up a little bit, it's not really bind up, but just kind of drag a little bit, throw a little, you know, Dow 55 or Lurker or Hater Sauce or W40, whatever you want on there, and it's going to smooth it out. But I haven't had that issue with, but you know, some people are real meticulous about having a really smooth pump stroke. This definitely has a really smooth pump stroke, but you know, if you notice a little bit of binding after a couple thousand shots, just put a little lube on there. The cool thing that I really like about this gun is that you can take the equipment that you usually use out on the paintball field, okay? So like for instance, Ninja Tank, Crossfire Tank, Gorilla Air, you know, what are some of the other CP tanks, okay? A million of them out there, whatever loader you use, Rotor, Halo, Prophecy, Pinocchio, whatever you use out there on the airball field or on the woods ball field, whatever, you can take that standard equipment, take it off of that gun, take it off of that Ego, take it off of that Tipman, take it off that MacDev Droid or Bob Long Closer, whatever, and put it on here. It'll just bolt right on, okay? It doesn't require any special loaders or anything like that. You got a clamping feed neck, ion feed neck. So this uses classic ion thread, so if you don't like this collar style feed neck, you can put whatever feed neck you want on here. You know, it's got a direct mount ASA. It's also got the rail here at the bottom, so if you don't like this particular ASA and you've got a rail mounted ASA, you can put that on here. Standard threads. This is a gas through foregrip. Works just fine, but if you want to put a regulator on here, you can. The gun shoots great. It's got dual ball detents, so it can handle the force of any loader that's out there. So, you know, if you've got a Magna that's set up all the way, this should handle it just like any other gun. It uses the same detent system as both the aliases as the Egos. You can take alias and Ego detents and stick it on here and it works just fine. Something that's really cool about this gun that I really, really like is what they call the triad ball detent system. On the barrel, which this is autococker threaded, okay, it's not spider threaded, it's not crazy threaded, sterling threaded, or anything like that. This is autococker threaded, which is probably the most common barrel on the market right now. What they did was they machined 3 notches in here, and inside of the barrel, what they did was they stretched an O-ring around the side. So what that does is it doesn't 100% prevent it, But for the most part, most paint that's out there on the market, this will do a good job of holding it in place so it doesn't roll out the barrel. We tested these out at Living Legends as kind of a gift for TechPB for some of the mods that have been helping out that made the trip. We gave like 9 of these away. So if you don't like my review, go ask any of the admins or any of the moderators over at TechPB. Kitty's got one. Jay Aldrich has got one. Crazy Little's got one. Bryce and Gordon both have one. So, you know, if you don't like my review on it, go talk to them. But, you know, these are great shooting little pump guns, okay? If you've ever been considering getting into pump, okay, if it's something that's just kind of been on the back of your mind or you've been kind of thinking about getting into, and I've done a couple videos, the Psychoballistics pump, the Trilogy pump, and this, that, and the other. I think this is a better pump than both of those combined. Just for the fact that one, it's got the nice little ASA, it's already got the gas through 4 grip. All you need to do is take whatever loader you use, stick it on there, you know, tighten down the feed neck, and then take whatever tank you use, you know, it doesn't matter. But in this case, I'm just going to use the Ninja. You know, you can screw all of this and just bolt this onto your gun, go out there, play some pump, have a good time, and then when you're done, take all of this stuff right back off again and put this on your Ego or your DM or whatever it is that you usually use and go back to playing normally. That's my favorite part about this gun. 150 bucks, you really can't beat it. So let's talk about the Hitman mod. What exactly is the Hitman mod? Okay, it was something that was kind of invented by the LA Hitmen, probably one of the best all-time pump gun teams that are out there. Absolutely amazing team. Basically what it is, it's a stainless steel little stick, and at the bottom of the pump handle, you just screw it into the bottom of the pump handle. Now what that allows you to do is as you're out there on, you just kind of close your hand, and it allows you to pump the gun a little bit faster. So it kind of lets you hold the grip like you normally would, and all you got to do is just close your fingers. That is what the Hitman mod is. Maybe what we'll do is we'll zoom in really quick. Okay, so you see that little stick that's sticking out right there? You just take your hand, close it, and that's what it is. So what it does is it gives you an alternative to the traditional pumping style. For me personally, I kind of like just having my fingers on the front of the pump handle. So let me pop that off really quick. Put that back in the box. I kind of just like holding it from the very front, like right here. And for me, that works really, really well. But they're cool little guns. I'm telling you, if you've ever thought about getting into pump, now there's a lot of great pump guns that are out there. CCM. Paintball Gateway's coming out with their new one. You know, Sanchez Machine's got one. There's some, you know, War sniper pumps out there. Palmer's another one that's got some great ones. But for the price, now those are all $300, $400, $500, $600, $700, $800 pump guns and up sometimes. For the price, for 150 bucks, if you've never used a pump gun before, you're just interested in getting into it without breaking the bank, I'm telling you, buy this gun. Buy this gun. Buy it. Play with it. Have a good time with it. You'll see what pump play is all about. Basically, the biggest thing about pump play is it forces you to, one, make better decisions when you're out there on the field. Two, you don't shoot any paint. I mean, that's the best part about pump play. You go out there, you play in the woods, you play 20, 30 games, and you'll shoot like 500 rounds. You know, if you try to shoot any more than that, your hand's going to fall off. I mean, you're sitting there pumping it after every single shot. You don't have the convenience of, you know, getting on the trigger. But, you know, if you've been considering getting into pump play, I'm telling you, this is the best gun that's out there for getting into pump play. Now, where's the monkey at? I've got one around here somewhere because I'm going to give Eric at Azodin a TechPB award. There it is. So we're going to give Eric at Azodin a TechPB award for entry-level pump gun of the year. This is, in my opinion, the best entry-level pump gun that there is out there. I think it kills the Psychoballistics. I think it kills the Trilogy pumps. I think it beats all of them. Probably about the only complaint that you have with these is you'll hear some people complaining, oh, they fart. Well, if you don't remember the original snipers and a lot of other pump guns fart too when they shoot. It's just it's just kind of a part of the pump. The striker or the hammer slams into the valve and kind of bounces there for a second. It's like brrr, and when you shoot, it's like bzz, bzz, bzz. Okay, well, this gun farts a little bit. There are some ways that you can get away with that. You can kind of mess with the spring combination a little bit. You can change the valve spring, change the striker spring, kind of mess with it, put a regulator on here. That may help a little bit. It's pretty easy to get rid of farting. You can take a look at some of the websites that are out there, other than taking, you know, Malox or whatever it is for gas. But, you know, there's a lot of ways you can get rid of a farting pump gun. There's a number of people that have some different philosophies that are about it. It's not a hard thing. As a matter of fact, it's kind of funny to be out there shooting it, because people are like, what was that noise? I kept hearing this bzz, bzz, bzz. So, you know, that is one thing about the Kaos pumps. They do have a tendency to fart a little bit when you're out there shooting. Some people, it bothers them. Me, I kind of like it. It kind of cracks me up when I'm playing, because after the game's over, like, what was that noise? What was that noise? I didn't understand what that guy was shooting. So, but with that said, you know, Kaos pump, you know, if you don't buy my opinion on it, ask any of the other TechPB moderators that are out there, okay? You know, Kitty's got one, Jay Aldrich has got one, Cockerpunk has got one, you know, Bryce has got one. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, very avid pump players that are out there that are really liking this gun. I really like this gun, and I'm telling you, if you've never used a pump gun before, if you've really been considering getting into pump, giving pump play a try, get this gun, okay? Start with this gun. It's a $150 investment. You don't need anything else for it other than just the gun. Take your whatever tank you use, whatever loader you use, put it on here, go out there and play pump, have a really good time with it. If you outgrow this gun and you really get into it, then there's so many other guns that are out there that you can look into. Carnival pumps, CCM pumps, Phantoms. I mean, there's a million Sterlings. I mean, there's a lot of other guns that are out there, pump guns that are out there on the market. If you don't like it and you don't like the pump play, 150 bucks, you put it on the market, sell it, you probably get 130 back. So it costs you 20 bucks to try out pump play. But it's a really fun way to enjoy paintball. The best part about it is you'll play all day long, you'll sweat your ass off, you go home huffing and puffing, and you maybe go through 2 pods. So check out AzodinPaintball.com. Congratulations to Eric at Azodin for winning the TechPB award. We're going to ship him a monkey in the mail. I'll probably ship it to him before I put the video up. So check out Azodin, Azodin.com. Thanks for tuning in.